You've always taken care of yourself, exercising regularly, eating healthy, and doing everything right. But suddenly, you're hit with a diagnosis that knocks the wind out of you: osteoporosis. It feels unfair and frightening. You're left wondering, how did this happen? And what do I do now? The thought of taking bone drugs doesn't sit well, but doing nothing feels scarier. Here's the good news. You don't have to rely on medications. Through years of research and expert guidance, I've discovered natural solutions that can make a difference. In this video, I'll share 4 powerful science-backed ways to improve your bone health. No drugs, no gimmicks. Stick with me, and by the end, you'll have the tools to take control of your osteoporosis and rebuild your strength naturally. Hit that like button and let's get started. First up, we need to talk about diet. And I know what you're thinking: I eat healthy. I'm doing everything right. I thought the same. Organic, balanced, plenty of veggies, but it wasn't enough. What I learned in 7 years is that it's not just about what you eat, but how those foods affect the alkaline acid balance in your body. Most of the protein we eat, chicken, beans, even healthy grains, creates an acidic environment. And when your body becomes too acidic, it starts leaching minerals from your bones to counterbalance the acidity. Imagine that your bones are getting weaker not because of what you're missing, but because your body is trying to protect itself from the acidity caused by your diet. But just as important as what you eat is what you don't eat. Avoiding foods that contribute to bone loss. Foods like dairy, meat, alcohol, and caffeine can make your body more acidic, which forces your bones to release calcium to neutralize that acidity. So by cutting back on those acidic foods, you're doing your bones a favor. Here's the part that really made me pause. Fruits and vegetables are what keep your body alkaline, but I wasn't eating nearly enough. 2 cups of vegetables and fruits at every meal. Morning, noon, and night. That's the level you need to maintain just to stop your bones from losing strength. And for me, certain foods like sweet potatoes, kale, and melons really made a difference. They became staples in my diet. You don't need to overhaul your entire eating plan. Just focus on adding more alkaline-rich foods, and trust me, your bones will thank you. Now, let's dive into the next game-changer: minerals. When most people think about bone health, they jump straight to calcium. It's drilled into our heads from the time we're kids. Drink your milk, take calcium supplements, but focusing solely on calcium is actually doing us a disservice. Did you know there are over 20 essential minerals needed for strong bones and muscles? Neither did I. There was a study done back in 2012 known as the Combs study that explored this very question. What if we could combine the right micronutrients with exercise and achieve the same results as medication? Let me tell you, the findings are worth sticking around for. 2 groups of people, both diagnosed with osteoporosis. One group takes medication biphosphonates like Fosamax, while the other takes a combination of 6 specific supplements paired with targeted exercises. Now, hold that thought, because we'll dive into what those supplements are in just a minute. But after a year, both groups saw the same improvement in their bone density. Yes, you heard that right. The group that relied solely on supplements and exercise did just as well as those on medication. How's that for an eye-opener? Before you rush off to stock up on supplements, let's break this down step by step. You need to understand what, how, and why these things work. And I promise, by the end of this, you'll not only know what the 6 supplements are, but also how you can incorporate them into your life in a way that makes sense for you. So, what are these magical supplements? Let's start with vitamin D3, the sunshine vitamin. You've probably heard about how essential it is for bone health, but did you know that the Combs study had participants taking 2,000 IUs daily? Vitamin D3 helps your body absorb calcium, which, as you know, is crucial for building strong bones. Without enough vitamin D, your body struggles to maintain the proper levels of calcium, which can lead to weakened bones. But here's the twist: it's not just about calcium. There's a whole symphony of nutrients that work together, and we'll get to that. Next up, vitamin 2, taken at 100 micrograms a day in this study. Now, this isn't the kind of vitamin you hear about every day, but it plays a vital role in directing calcium to the right places like your bones, while keeping it out of places where it doesn't belong, like your arteries. Imagine the chaos if calcium didn't have a guide. That's where vitamin K2 steps in. The next supplement is strontium, 600 milligrams a day. You may not have heard of this one, but strontium is a trace element that has been shown to help slow bone breakdown and stimulate bone formation. It's like giving your bones a double dose of help protecting what you have and encouraging new growth. But we're not done yet. Magnesium, taken at 25 milligrams daily, is another key player. It's involved in over 300 processes in your body, including the conversion of vitamin D into its active form. In other words, without enough magnesium, all that vitamin D you're taking won't work as well. So it's not just about one or two nutrients, it's about making sure everything is working together. Let's not forget DHA 250 milligrams a day, an omega-3 fatty acid commonly found in fish oil. It's not only great for your heart and brain, but it also plays a role in reducing inflammation in your body. And why is that important? Because chronic inflammation can contribute to bone loss. Finally, we come to calcium, the one everyone knows about. The study recommends 1,200 milligrams daily. But, and this is a big but most of it should come from dietary sources. Why? Because too much supplemental calcium can have negative effects like an increased risk of heart disease. So what does this mean for you? Start by tracking your intake for a few days. Look at how much calcium you're already getting from foods like yogurt, cheese, and leafy greens. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a lot to manage. But here's the good news. It's entirely doable, and the results could be life-changing. Remember, the participants in the Comb study who followed this plan saw the same improvement in bone density as those who took medication. And the best part? They did it without the scary side effects. I recommend incorporating natural sources of these minerals and vitamins into your daily routine. But minerals are only half the equation. Let's talk about exercise. And not just any exercise, there's a specific type that's key to building bone strength. You see, many exercises are great for cardio or toning your muscles, but when it comes to reversing osteoporosis, you need something more. You need weight-bearing exercise. The more impact the exercise has on your bones, the stronger they become. But if your osteoporosis is advanced, don't worry, you don't need to start with high-impact exercises. You can still benefit from lighter, low-impact exercises and work your way up. Let me ask you, have you ever tried walking as part of your daily routine? It sounds simple, but it's one of the best low-impact exercises for building bone strength. Just imagine taking a daily walk, wearing a good pair of cushioned gym shoes, swinging your arms as you go. But don't just stop at a mile. Why not push for 2 or 3? Walking is easy to incorporate into your life, and the benefits go beyond just bone health. Now let's add a little more intensity. Picture this. You're walking, but this time you're wearing a weighted vest. It's an easy way to add resistance and boost the impact on your bones. And here's a pro tip. You don't need to wait until you're at the gym to put it on. You can wear your weighted vest while you're doing chores at home. It's one of those little tricks that can make a big difference over time. And if you're up for more, try resistance training or using resistance bands. These are fantastic for those of you who want to do your exercises at home without having to hit the gym. Ever heard of heel drops? This is a bit more advanced but still very doable. All you need is a mat. I do them barefoot, but you can choose to wear shoes if you prefer. Just imagine yourself lightly bouncing on your heels, helping stimulate bone growth with every drop. Heel drops are especially helpful if you've already been diagnosed with osteoporosis or if you've had foot issues like me and want to take it easy. Now let's kick things up another notch. Jumping. Yes, jumping is one of the most impactful exercises you can do, and it was the game changer for me when I was diagnosed with osteoporosis. I do 20 jumps spaced out between other exercises like weight training and balancing exercises. And trust me, jumping makes all the difference. There's even a study that shows women who added jumps to their exercise routine gain the most bone density over time. So if you're ready to see results, add this to your routine. It's not just about preventing fractures, it's about reversing the bone loss itself. Next one might surprise you, is stress. You've probably heard that stress is bad for your health, but did you know that stress can increase your risk of osteoporosis by 65%? That statistic floored me. How is that possible? Well, it turns out that stress triggers the release of cortisol, a hormone that not only wreaks havoc on your mental health, but also creates an acidic environment in your body. And as we've already discussed, acidity is the enemy of your bones. I have already made a video about how Taylor Swift manages her stress. You can watch it as well. So which of these remedies are you excited to try first? Or if you have any experiences you want to share, leave a comment below.